I'm doing another week in the life vlog. I was really consistent with these over the spring and maybe the summer too. I don't really remember, but I've fallen off the last couple months and I want to try and get back into it. So this is my first attempt. I'm headed to work. I am going to the store today. This morning I went to spin. I was so sick yesterday. I put this on Instagram, but I was glued to the couch all day. I was throwing up. It was bad. But today I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling back to normal. I have a slight headache, I guess, but not nearly as bad as yesterday. I couldn't even get up until I got sick. But anyway, went to spin this morning, had a great time there. Ariana versus Rihanna is a really good theme, and that's what it was. Took a shower and had breakfast and read a little bit while I ate. I was on my computer doing some research for next steps because I think I've said this on here before, but this setup that I have going on where I'm kind of juggling 3 things at once, I like it because it's flexible and I get a little bit of everything between all 3 of the things I'm doing. I'm having fun, I'm still, making enough to be okay, and whatever. It's a good setup for now, but long term, I feel like it's not the best for me in terms of a future, and it just doesn't feel like a long-term solution for me. So I have been putting this off for a long time, but researching different things I could think about for next step. And that's what I did this morning for a little bit, because then I had to start getting ready to go. But at least I started. So it's just so stressful and overwhelming to think. I put up a Q&A box on Instagram, just anyone could ask me anything. And someone said, do you ever feel lost in your 20s? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah. That's most of what I feel is confused and unsure about a lot of things that I'm doing. But at the same time, some days it's much worse than others. Today I get panicked and I'm like, oh, I gotta figure this out right now. And then other days it's not nearly as dire, and I'm like, I'm 25, live my life, it's fun, just do whatever you want, and just have fun. So it's kind of back and forth, and then some days it's a healthy in between. So, but anyway, my brain is racked between a couple different options right now for future steps, whether it's going back to school / deciding what that would be, because I have some ideas, but nothing, I don't know yet. I have a couple ideas of what I would go back to school for, but I'm not set on it. Versus should I just go back to the job market? Versus should I can always, the content is always going to be part of my life, I think. I just don't see myself giving that up. But part of me was should I just keep doing what I'm doing and invest more into social media, which is kind of been why I've been juggling. But right now I'm just focusing on day by day. Oh my God, that guy almost hit a bird. Okay. I'm reading this book right now called Invisible Women, Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. And I know that title by heart because it that's what attracted me to it at first. Obviously it was the title. The whole thing, as the title implies, is that it's calling out different discrepancies in data for things that we don't even think about, and how, oh God, that guy's going on the one way. It just points out holes in data, that how the default for things is men, and then half the population is women, so half the things, or so many things in society are not designed for us because the default has been for men for so long that it's not even thought about, things like transportation system, and obviously school and the workplace. I'm probably only a third of the way through it, but now I'm catching myself. In general, I do catch myself when I have a biased thought that's been internalized, and I say it out loud, and I'm oh, wonder where that came from, or I know where it comes from. But I'll just catch myself, and especially since reading this book, just now when that guy was driving, don't know if it was a guy, I just assumed it was a guy, don't know why, but well, actually I do know why, because in the book it said there were studies that found that when men and women are asked to think of a person, they think of by default a man. This camera, I cannot, oh my God. And that's not even saying different fields of work or anything, just default think of a person, most people think of a man. So I don't even know why I brought all that up, just because that happened with the car. Okay, well, I pulled in. That was a wild rant that I didn't expect to have, but I went to my apartment gym to walk on the treadmill for like 20 minutes before dinner because I was having a stressful part of my afternoon. I don't know. I got news from my job at the law firm that for 2025 they want to move forward in a different way. That doesn't work for me, so I'm kind of just like forced to think about my next steps now, and I got really stressed and overwhelmed, and I cried to my parents. And I mean, now it's like I know I'm going to be okay. It's just like stressful to be confused and unsure of like what to do, but this is where we're at now, and a little walk always helps with my mind, and it's pitch black outside now that it's 5:30 or 6, so I'm gonna read my book and just walk. Post-walk, just got back, and I'm making lunch. You can't see it, but it's a bagel with strawberries, and I'm doing half cottage cheese and tomato and half regular cream cheese. Today I've mostly just been on the couch, either looking at my computer or my phone, doing stuff for social media, sending it or prepping my application for subbing. I don't know if I mentioned that here, but one of the things that I'm thinking about in terms of next steps career-wise is going back to school for teaching, which may seem super random to some, but people very close to me know that I love kids and working with kids, and I worked with kids through college and really enjoyed it, but I never really considered being a teacher. I don't know why. My parents said it for a long time to me, and I kind of just always dismissed it because I kind of had other things going on at the time, like whether I was studying for, I thought I was going to be a child psychologist. I was studying for that in college. That's what I thought I was going to do. And then after college, I got my job with the binge eating therapy, and I was like, well, I don't need to go back to school because I have this set up. And then I left that, and I was like, well, content. And now I'm where I am now, and it's just like very stressful. But anyway, I'm going to try substitute teaching to see if I like being back in a school setting and like being with kids again, which I think I will like. But it's a good way to kind of like get back into it. And my friend is a teacher at the local elementary school here, so I've been going to her and like talking with her, helping with the application, which is not like super complicated, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And so I'm going to try and get that in, I'm definitely going to get that in Thursday or Friday this week before Christmas and before like the holiday break. I was doing that. I was doing stuff for Lemonade. I was getting content together for my own posting that I didn't end up posting, but maybe tomorrow. And then I just went on a walk because I was like, I need to get out of here. I'm just like stressed and overwhelmed, and I'm also thinking about like a million other things at the same time that just like, I feel like disconnected right now and not grounded. But I'm gonna eat this lunch. I'll show you it. You can't really see it because I don't want to spill it. Hold on. Gorgeous. I only had baby tomatoes, so that's why that's happening. But I'm gonna eat this, take a little quick shower. I was gonna do a Pilates video, but I think I'm just gonna not do it because, no, I'm not doing it. Take a quick shower, get dressed for work, and then do more social media stuff until it's time to go. I'm working 3 to 7 at the store, but before that I'm gonna be doing some like brand posts and like submitting as many as I can for Lemonade. If you don't know Lemonade, it's a cool platform that's basically like a mashup of Pinterest and Instagram. So it's a bunch of carousels and some videos, and it's like a mix of like aesthetics and also like useful posts that like have tips and inspo and ideas and stuff. So I really like creating content on it. I also like scrolling on it. So if you're interested in checking out my Lemonade, I will link it below with the rest of my social handles. And yeah, that's the plan until I head to work. Okay, that's it. I'm just conducting a little check-in. It's Wednesday evening. I'm like already showered and did my body oil and I'm in my pajamas at like 6:30, but I like barely checked in today or even yesterday, I think. I've kind of just been in my head about this whole work situation and like what to do, and just feeling like kind of paralyzed with like anxiety about the future. I am gonna eat dinner and just chill tonight, watch Love Island Australia with my sister and my puppy, and that's just tonight's vibe. Oh, come here. He's begging to come up here. Come here. Okay, never mind. As he usually is. So this setup is probably gonna fall the second I start accelerating, but I wanted to check in. I'm heading to the groomers with Alfie. He's getting his haircut today. But basically this morning, you saw a little glimpse into my morning. This is about to fall. Let's see. How much you want to bet? Okay, the lights. Oh. Damn it. Just dropped Alfie off at the groomer. He peed on my hand and my phone, which was sick. He like absolutely hates the groomer because he hates being around other dogs. He's not a social animal. And I think that's because we sheltered him so much when he was a baby. But he hates going there. Oh shit, my phone. Hold on. He absolutely hates going. And it's always a pain dropping him off and then picking him up. He's like so zen and chill, I think because he knows he's going home. But yeah, so I just dropped him off. This morning was mostly at my computer. I read for like 30 minutes when I first woke up and then filmed and got to work on my sub application because that's what I'm shifting gears to do now. One of the things I've been thinking, I keep saying the same things. I don't know if you've heard me say this, maybe a million times you've heard me say it, that I'm thinking about going back to school for teaching. And a great way to do that is first to see if I want to be back in a school is to apply to subs. So I updated my resume to be more children oriented because I have worked with kids a lot in the past. Like I did cheer coaching when I was in high school for little kids. I was a camp counselor for like 4 or 5 years for little kids, and I really loved that job. And then I babysat, which I didn't put on my resume, but I babysat. I worked in a child psych lab on campus when I was an undergrad. I didn't get to work with any kids then, but I really wanted to. I was more just like assistant to the bigger lab tech. Knew that was gonna happen. Knew it. Anyway, I was going on a mini tangent that I probably already told once before, but I'm now gonna go on a walk to just like stretch my legs a bit, and then I have to do a couple hours of law firm work today, and I need to respond to their offer. So I need to figure out how to word that. I'm gonna go to a cafe later after lunch and do work there until like dinner to make sure that I finish the dep and that I respond to the email. But yeah, I just really need to stretch my legs and stop staring at a screen for a minute because I feel it in my eyeballs. I'm headed to a coffee shop to do work for the law firm. Also, I say coffee shop, it's Starbucks. So I'm just gonna go be there for a couple hours and finish my debt and do some other stuff I have to do on the computer. I just dropped off my form beforehand, and then I dropped off my form, and then I went on a walk, and then I had lunch. Whispering because they're both still sleeping, but it's Friday morning at 7:30 and I'm gonna have my little breakfast before heading over to spin. I'm going to Hip Hop Friday per usual. I'm always going to Hip Hop Friday, so I'm gonna read my book, enjoy the peace and quiet, and then head out. But this is what I'm wearing: leggings, green bra, black teddy, slippers. I've been obsessed with this teddy jacket from Fabletics. And usually I'm a set girl, like I'll wear the same top and bottom part of a set, but today I felt like switching it up and doing green and black. So I hardly checked in at all today. I'm driving home from work. I worked at the store. And my car died again. This happened earlier in the week and I worked just a couple hours today, like last minute. I wasn't scheduled to, but I came in last minute and then my car died as I was leaving, which this happened earlier in the week. My car died and then a stranger helped me jump it. And then this happened, so John just came to the mall and started up my car for me. But my sister and I were supposed to be on a train in like 10 minutes to go to the city because her holiday company party is tonight and I'm going as her +1. And of course, now we're gonna be late because of this. And I feel bad because I don't wanna be the reason that we're late to her company party. But there was something I could do. My car was dead in the parking lot. So I'm just gonna quickly change when I get home and oh my God, I'm gonna miss this late. No way. Go. I'm gonna go home, quickly change. I already know what I'm gonna wear and get the next possible train out to the city. So hopefully we're not that late. And that's it. The day was fine. I ended up actually talking to my boss at my paralegal job and I was able to work out a schedule that works for me and the substitute thing moving into next year for a better pay. I'll probably just need to decrease my availability at the store. I'm not gonna give that up. I don't ever really wanna give that up because it's a fun job and it has cool perks and nice girls. So I won't give that up, but I'm just gonna decrease my availability. And that's it. I'll show you my outfit before we leave. You gotta stand up and fight. Got to stand up. Okay, so the plan for today is probably going to clean the apartment with my mom. Definitely going to Goodyear for my car. I need to figure out my battery issue and also get my tires rotated and oil change. I think I'm going to force my sister to come with me, even though she said she didn't want to yesterday, but I'm going to force her to come and we'll like go do another errand while the car is getting worked on, just so I can hang out with her. And then tonight I'm going out with John and 2 of my friends from like high school and we're gonna go get some drinks. I think I'm gonna keep it pretty cash tonight. I'm also working tomorrow at 9 a.m. so it needs to be cash anyway so that I don't die at work, because now that I'm 25 I actually have pretty vile hangovers. So, but I'm definitely seeing my friends because one of them lives abroad and he's home just for a limited amount of time, and this would probably be the only chance I get to see him before he goes back. So that's the plan for today. I'm also gonna make time to go on a walk because that makes me feel so much better in the day, and I think that's it. But yeah, my morning started off so great with the snow. That was such a happy surprise. And now I'm gonna make myself like a cozy breakfast. Well, maybe not yet. My sister and I are gonna watch Love Island. When we're watching Love Island, we'll have a cozy breakfast and have a hot cup of coffee.